Hi, Dan Martinez here with eXp Realty. This is the monthly real estate update report for January 2022, covering Thurston, Mason, Lewis, and Grace Harbor counties in the state of Washington. Starting with the median sales prices, we see that there's been a healthy increase year over year for each of the counties, and I thought this was a little better illustrated at the bar chart. Now, the bar chart just shows year-to-year change, not month-to-month. And so if you follow the black bars, Thurston County just 2 years ago at 340 and now at 485 as a median price. And so you can see with the other counties, Mason in the green, Lewis in the orange, and Grace Harbor in the purple, all of them have had a significant increase over the past just 2 years. So if you purchased a home in 2019, you've got to be feeling pretty good now about the equity in your home. Another thing that I was curious about, the prices inched up a little bit in December, and so I was kind of curious, how they were doing in dollars per square foot, which is another indicator I like to check. And this indicator is showing that it's pretty much leveling off in terms of what buyers are paying for the amount of home that they're getting. So it shows we're kind of like reaching the value point. And I was kind of wondering, like, how come the prices are going up a bit, still going up a bit, but the price per square foot is just holding steady. And I thought that might have been related to the size of the home and maybe something going on there. So I decided to take a look at the square footage of the homes and see where prices were going there. So if we take the 1,500 square foot homes and less, we see that there's still a little bit of price pressure on these homes, continuing to move up. And of course, with the smaller homes, you're going to get a higher dollars per square foot because people can pay more for those homes. Moving into the 1,500 to 2,000 square foot homes, which is kind of the sweet spot, still a little bit less than the current dollars per square foot median price, but we still see kind of a leveling off in this space. And then when we get to the 2,000 to 2,500, we do start to see some drop off in what buyers are willing to pay for homes in this price range. I'll move this over a little bit, but you can see we're starting to move under the average or the median price of per square foot. And then when we get to the 2,500 square feet or more, a continued drop in Mason and Lewis counties, and Thurston County is just kind of leveling off in most of the price ranges. We have a little bit of a bump on the Grace Harbor, and I checked that out because I thought that was kind of unusual, and that was due to a home that 2,600 square foot home with great beach views that sold for $925,000. And if you look at the closed sales, there was only 7 sales of homes 2,500 square feet or more. So that particular home had a large influence on their overall data in December. Okay, so the other indicators I like to check are, let's see how we're doing on days on market. And let's go back to all. Size of homes. The checkout is the days on market, and we can see that all the counties are a little bit higher than last year. Now, since we're talking about such a small number, going from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, maybe in this case, Lewis County shows increase of 38%, but they're at 18 days, whereas last year in December 2020 they were at 13. So 13 to 18 days causes a large spike in the percentage increase, but the total days isn't a lot. But the point is that we are experiencing an increase in the days on the market at this time. Now, with the inventory levels and the buyers expected to come back to market, we'll see if that continues to hold. But based on what we saw with the sales price and the dollars per square foot, it appears that we are leveling off in what buyers are able and willing to pay for the homes that are available. The other indicator that is favorable for the buyers, the sale price compared to the original listing price. We have Mason, Lewis, and Grace Harbor all at 100%, which means they're all selling pretty much for what they're listed for. And Thurston has come down from a high of nearly 7% over list value down to just over 1% at 1.2%. So all those indicators showing that things are slowing down as far as the increase, but they certainly couldn't keep going at the rate they were going over the past 3 years. Okay, so that's what we're seeing locally. So now I want to give you a little bit of perspective, what we're seeing nationally, what we're looking at, what's being predicted for 2022 on a larger perspective. So Fortune here has an article saying no housing market isn't about to crash. Redfin does say some good news for buyers. Okay, so that's kind of what we're seeing in our data. So right here, okay, they're talking about the increase, overall across the nation, 19.9%. But they're looking at this forecast to be much less for 2022. And we'll just drop down to the graph here where Redfin is saying they expect maybe a 3% increase overall. This is again nationally. But this is what it looked like before. These are, getting up to the 19% increase up in here, nearly 20%. Locally, so we always want to kind of check locally. Well, here first we've got the another prediction here with Goldman Sachs and Zillow. And Zillow is a little more bullish, looking at 13.6%. Goldman Sachs is still thinking 16%. So this is Zillow's prediction here at nearly 14%. But some of the reasons that they are expecting the prices to hold steady or continue to increase is because we've got still have some supply chain issues, with material prices. We all experienced the lumber spike last year. And then we still have labor shortages for various reasons, impacting the ability to build new homes and rehab existing homes. But the big thing is that buyers need to be aware of is the potential increase in the interest rates. That will affect you more than most anything. So, okay, so taking a look at another prediction, how much do we expect the prices to change in 2022? And so some of the predictions, just looking for our local, here we go. The bullish camp, we've got predictions for Boise of 7.9%. We've got Spokane, 7.7, so they're still doing pretty well. And then Seattle at 7.5. So everybody's kind of in the 7 to 8% increase range. And if we look down here at this little map, that's what they're showing right in here, 6 to 8%. This little purple part of the graph here in the Seattle area. So, what does that mean for buyers? What will the housing market look like? could it come back to sanity? And it looks like it is. That's what people are predicting, although 7% is still a pretty good increase. We'll just hit the headlines here. So inventory will remain scarce, and we kind of are seeing that and expecting that. Interest rates will rise, and this is definitely a concern, especially with inflation coming already here. So that's going to be a key thing to keep an eye on. Prices aren't going to drop. They may level off. They won't increase as fast as they have been, but they're not expected to drop. Young buyers at a disadvantage, and not just young buyers, but those that are new to the market, trying to get that first home. And a lot of them need assistance. And I know, we've helped our children get into their first homes, and they've been great investments for them to do that, because as you can see, the prices have gone up quite a bit. And then down here it talks about buyers being prepared, and if you're a buyer and you want to get in the market, you think you're ready, certainly contact me to talk about some strategies, both in down payment assistance, maybe some lease to purchase options, or how to prepare and get your credit ready to go. So summarize for 2022, the prices are going to be going up a little bit more, not quite as much. It's still a good time if you can afford to get into the home market. There's not predicting any serious drop. Inventory is going to be tight. You're going to need some good strategies to purchase a home, and you want to try to get in if you can before the interest rates start to go up. So I hope you're having a great start to your 2022. So far, we've here in Washington, we've had several inches of snowfall. Several, I mean, anywhere from like 8 to 12 inches. That came for a week and is now melted. Now we got lots of rains, and we're working our way through some floods. So we've got some challenges to the start of our year, but we'll get there, and I hope you do too. All right, goodbye.